We should be good. Please let me know if you guys are able to hear me or if the volume is too loud or too soft, and I'll get right on that. Give me just a sec though to get everything adjusted and parameters correct. I am just cleaning up a bit, as you may or may not notice. But yeah, hi, hello, how are ya? Hopefully everything is going a-okay with y'all. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a while, you know. It's actually been the longest that I've ever taken a break from stream, which is kind of interesting. So yes, I have returned. Positive self-affirmation. I can do it. I'm a good engineer. That is my self-affirmation for today. Okay, so, hiya Pokemon, hello Ty, hello Size Boss, hello Cogsright, nice to see you, hello Wolf with Sword, hello Mr. Ghoul, hello Beep Tappy, hello LM Dragon, hello That Con, hello Sparky Beardy, and hello to, did I already say hello to Brink? I hope I did. And hello, Crow. Hopefully everything is going okay, and I just dropped a massive amount of frames. I think I just dropped a massive amount of frames. You guys... Are you guys still able to hear me? That's unfortunate. Oh well. Screen turned black for a sec. Okay. Yes, so... what we will be doing today is we are going to be working on a bicycle calorimeter. Essentially, we are going to be making something that's able to track how well we are bicycling on a bike and how many calories we are burning. Just the stream coming back from vacation. Yeah, the stream is coming back from vacation. So, you know, like all projects, it's going to start in my favorite place, which is definitely soldering. And, besides that, I don't know about y'all, but I had a very eventful, very eventful past several days. I guess, like, past 5 days. I actually didn't get home until, like, almost 8 o'clock my time last night, so it was a little late. But that's okay, and that's alright. Vacation story time? Yes, we have many stories to tell. I went to New York. Okay, I have to get something off my chest. It's really important that you guys know this. Also, hold on. Oh my gosh, why did it update my layout? Oh, no. Hold on, 1 second. Yes, the Big Apple. That is correct, Beep Tappy. Also, Beep Tappy, I haven't seen you around before. Hopefully you are doing a-okay today. But yes, I went... 8 p.m. is late. 8 p.m. is late. Yeah, 8 p.m. is late for me, okay. I usually go to bed by, like, 10, and then I had also done nothing but, like, walking for the past several days. So I never really got a chance to chill out, for lack of a better word, because I really wanted to go... I really wanted to visit as much as possible while I was there. And right now, we are just getting out some MPUs. These guys are responsible for getting temperature and acceleration. We are going to use those to our advantage to hopefully make this calorimeter. Okay, let's go ahead and get this together, though. Okay, so I think I'm going to need a total of 3. I'm going to need probably 2. And also, Brink, thank you so much for resubscribing. It is appreciated. It's never necessary, but always appreciated. Notters. Doing well, though. I came by from the Otako birthday stream, saw electronics, so I thought it might be neato to watch along. Oh, cool, dude. Okay, yeah, Otako's great. Otako is indeed great arena. Okay, so we are going to be starting with some soldering. So essentially what we are going to be doing is we are going to be mounting some header pins to these guys here. This is a MPU 6050. Yep, MPU 6050. So this guy has a voltage, a ground, a clock line, and a data line. The other lines we shouldn't 100% need, but we'll solder them anyways, just in case. I'm expecting this project to maybe take us 2 days or 3. And also, is it bad to say that I kind of forgot what I announced? Does anyone happen to remember what I announced on last Friday's stream? Or last stream, or whatever the last stream was. Wait, what? I announced something, I want to say. I have the memory of a goldfish. Also... something big. You didn't really announce anything, just said you're something for the 1st of May. Okay, yes. Okay, you announced an announcement. Okay, yes. Big announcement on May 1st, yes. So, what's your guys' opinion on, like, full committing to something? What's your opinion on full committal? To something? You know, just asking for a friend. If it would, like, push you to your absolute limit, depends on the topic, go big or go home, that's fair. That is the only way to do something, in my opinion. I agree, Jean. Also, hello, Jean. And also, hello, Mirrodin. And Useful Reptile. Hi, guys. Worried my favorite VTuber is going to start hurting herself to achieve the bit. No, I won't hurt myself to achieve the bit. You're gonna start VTubing full-time. Yeah, there's 0 chance that I am going to start VTubing full-time. Even if I did... I spend a lot more money than I make on VTubing, if that's not obvious. And B, even if I did, I would still want to do what I currently do. What? You don't want to live in poverty? Wait, do VTubers live in poverty? Is that a thing? Come on, Ori, full-time? I don't think so. I think that would be extremely irresponsible to go full-time. So, no, it's not that. Yes, OM. Oh my gosh. Yes, they do. Yeah, I don't really 100% know this. Or they have day jobs, exactly. You know, I just do this as a hobby. Anyways. Okay, we're going to have to tin this guy up. Once it gets up to temp, we are soldering at just about 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's just slightly hot. I can't hold all my vices enough. I can't hold enough vices to spend all my money. I have 2 and I still have 3K in savings. Is 3K in savings a lot? Is that enough for your emergency fund? And also invite the gang over for a weekend rebuild. Easy. No. Dot. Depends on where you live. I guess that does depend on where you live, but still. Let's go ahead and get this guy attached. Okay, so I'm just going to solder and attach to these. Give me a sec. Okay. Oh my god, Toz. We're already doing a decent job. Let's be honest, we wouldn't get anything done. Wait, how does that work? How does what work? So even need... I'm a little confused on how does that work. By what you mean by that? Give me a second. We are just trying to get this guy soldered. Well, that's a cold pad for sure. So what was your favorite part of the New York? 1 second. I had to sneeze. Okay. I did not see a single rat. Also, hello, SFC. Good to see you. Good to see you in stream. I did not see a single rat. I did not see a single rat. I was told there would be rats in the New York City and no ratto. I rode the subway for at least 3 hours. I looked at like every stop I was at. No rats. There was no rats. There wasn't a single rat. Okay. There was not a single rat. Not a single ratto to be found. Not a single ratto. Were you out at night? I saw 2 today. I wanted to see them badly too. Like, that was on my list, okay? Like, that was on my list. I wanted to see, like, tons of different things, like... But I did not get to see rats, my beloved. Sorry. Sorry for the rage moment. I just had it pop off just a little. I did see tons of pigeons, which is cool. The bozos were afraid of the dolphin. Yeah, they usually are. Most people are afraid of dolphins. Justifiably, by the way. Why I would walk at night. Whenever I would walk at night, there would be normal. Imagine if there was a Subway Rats exhibit at the zoo. I did go to the Central Park Zoo briefly while I was there, though it was not on purpose. Aren't rats kind of, like, nocturnal? Maybe, but I was out at, like, 7 p.m. riding the sub, or, like, the train, so I don't think that's terribly out of character. But who knows? Media sure has a rat photo for proof. Okay, listen, I did not see a ratto. But to put it shortly, that's one of the major disappointments of New York for me. I do have another major disappointment that I am going to get flamed for, but that's okay. Hold on. The clock line is not fully soldered. There we go. Did you bring home a souvenir from your trip? Oh yeah, I brought home several souvenirs. Okay. Not a rat, apparently. Okay. I'm gonna get canceled on Twitch for this. Okay? I'm gonna get canceled on Twitch. Just know that I do not regret what I am about to say. Do not believe my apology letter. Do not believe my apology video for what is about to happen. Okay? Okay? Is that a Lena emote? I think that's a Lena emote. The pizza in New York was mid. The pizza in New York was mid. The pizza in New York was mid. And I am so depressed about that. Like, where I live, I'm able to get just as good of pizza. No. You would say, did you try either place I recommended? Yes, I tried 11 places, Brink, and everyone. I tried 11 places, okay? So not only did I find, like, the top-rated places, and I was only there for, like, 5 days, or 4 days. So, like, I committed, and I wanted good pizza, okay? Okay, so I went around. Did you only have pizza? No, I did not only have pizza, but man, was I tired of pizza by the end of it. 11 different places. They were all I went to a few of them and they were good, like as good as normal places. But still, I'm so like sad about that. And when I told my coworkers about that today, I kind of got flamed by one of them who like lived in Brooklyn for a long time, but I was only in Manhattan for the conference. So I was like, I went basically north to south, and I tried to avoid all the touristy trap areas. I looked up like the highest rated places. I tried to look online. No. Oh, yes. And I also just walked randomly into random stores. So I literally to keep this, no, to keep this scientific, okay? To keep this guy scientific. You know what I did? You know what I did? I walked my butt. I walked 10 blocks away from my hotel, which was basically in Times Square. So I'd get out of the touristy area. Plus or minus a few blocks. And then I just went into random pizza places that I could find to try to keep it, like, to try to keep the sampling as random as possible. And some of the places were, like, I don't know, man. It wasn't good. Also, hello, Wacky. What can you tell us about the conference? The conference itself was super cool. I don't think I'll ever get invited again to such an event. But it was pretty coolio schoolio. The Fury conference? Fury? Were the places I recommended better than the random places? I believe at least one of them was better, yes, or equivalent to the best I can find where I am. Wait, was there a Fury convention? Missing an R. I don't think they let me go to furry conventions. I'm not a furry. Kinda random, but did you see the canned sardine stores? No, I did not. Pretty sure Linton meant furry. Oh, okay. Hold on. Just trying to get this guy attached. Give me a second. By the way, it's probably going to be mostly some... What the heck? Okay. Apologies. Something went wrong, and I had to adjust it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it was super cool. It was super cool. I got to meet lots of super cool people. I got to meet someone I knew from an online friend group, which was super cool as well. They actually got me free tickets to both the Met and the MoMA, which was nice. And I got to, like, skip the lines or something type things. It was interesting. Like, I didn't have to wait in, like, the normal security line or the normal, like, queuing line. It was very nice. Yeah. I got to see my favorite painting, which is The Garden at St. Augustine by Monet. Oh, yeah, the local benefits. Dang, getting the VIP treatment. Dude, I got... Okay, I was saying this to one of my friends, because I met up with two friends. I was saying this to one of my friends, and I was like, you know, I am never going to get cooler than I was for this trip. I am never going to get cooler than this. And I stand by that statement. Like, I got to do so many cool things. I got to meet so many cool people. It was just amazing. It was just phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. I got a little jealous, though. Like, I was like, how do I get as cool as Ori? Okay. By the way, guys, I wasted a lifetime opportunity. I wasted an opportunity of a lifetime to do a casual meme, okay? Have you guys ever committed to a bit, by the way? Have you guys ever committed to a bit? I certainly love committing to bits, okay? That's my third favorite thing. You told us. Yes, I told some people in Discord, but I have not told stream. Okay. Okay, so I got to meet the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, and take a picture with them and talk with them, like had a conversation with them, which is pretty cool, right? Like the fact that I was even allowed in that proximity is kind of monka, but like, you know, I guess dolphins get special treatment, is what I learned. Dolphins don't get special treatment. But yes, I was able to meet him. And you know what I said? Guys, you know what I said? Instead of being like, oh yeah, you should hire me, I have this awesome idea, or oh my gosh, I admire your work so much. No. 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 What I did is I went up to the man. I was like, you need to make more video, or you need to make more graphics cards for gamers. That is what I told him. And the guy, like, took it in stride, too. Like, he took it in stride and was like, oh, yeah, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. And he had, like, this, like, sly little smile on his face. But, like, still, bro. I wasted an opportunity of a lifetime to tell him to make more graphics cards for gamers. So, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. If he ever produces more, like, graphics cards for gamers, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. Massive opportunity wasted. It was great. It might be time. Oh, hey, it's the Crown Eater. He... Once prices drop, someone has to replay this clip. Well, yeah. You right, BP. Okay. Apologies, I'm just trying to solder this joint. He went home and told his wife, I met the Oriana Aura. This is the greatest day of my life. I doubt it, dude. I doubt Jensen Huang watches VTubers. Though, I mean, we are in a category where he would watch them. Like, if he did watch VTubers, this would be the category he would be. But I don't think he has time. I don't think he has time, and B, I don't know, Chief. I don't know. Did he talk about AI slop? No, he didn't talk about AI slop. Though, I kinda picked up something at the conference and the trip and other things. And it's not a great realization. It's not a great realization, okay? But what I kind of picked up... I picked up two things, but the negative thing that I picked up on the trip was that, bro, AI is actually happening. And it's monka. It's very monka. She picked up a fork. Oh no. Yeah, no, oh no, exactly. Like, you should see what current people are working on at the highest end. Or not like the highest end, but like at certain ends. It's kind of absurd what they're able to do and what they're able to generate. I'm not talking about like stolen art or whatever. That is immoral and garbage. But like, the most bleeding edge stuff is, it's something, Chief. It is most certainly something. Anyways, I'm... You know, the future. Something future. Yeah, the theoreticals are wild right now. Yes, they definitely are wild. But on the plus side, the other thing that I gotta pick up from New York, which I feel like is the most important thing, like one of the most important realizations that I have ever had in my life. It's bound to happen, but then again, I hope it's used to speed up learning. Yes. Hopefully it is used for good. We'll see. But oh my gosh, please just behave. Be normal. Hold on. Maybe I just solder it straight up. Yeah, I think I'll just solder it straight up. That's gonna have to be okay. Okay. So what I realized, and it is extremely, what's the word? It's an extremely, obvious statement, but, put pin header in different breadboard, put edge to the black part perfectly level. Put pin header in different breadboard, put edge of the PCB on the black part perfectly level. I don't know if that will work. It's close, but it's not perfect. But what I realized is I got to see some like super amazing people. Like I got to meet a lot of like CEOs, inventors. I got to meet like tons of cool and technically competent people. And I got to discuss with them a lot of different stuff. Like I met people from like Apple, Qualcomm, IBM, Boeing, ARM, like tons of different places, right? Lots of different universities, that type of stuff. So what I realized is, we are all human. Like, my big realization, like, oh my gosh, I get it, is that we are all human. Like, no one is technically born, like, super special or whatever. No one is super good at anything in particular, generally speaking. We are all human, says the human hybrid dolphin. Okay. Most of us are human. Still human. Yeah, I'm still human. I'm still part human. I think that counts. We really do grow into the roles we are put into. Yes, apologies, but what I was saying was I got to see people who are considered legends, or the work of legends, right? Like, I got to go to the Museum of Modern Art, and I got to see Monet paintings, and I could see each individual stroke on a painting. And I don't know why, but at that, like, very moment, it's just this realization that, what's the word? Essentially, anyone can do anything. And now I am feeling significantly more motivated to do that type of stuff. Which is good, because I'm about to do a very crazy undertaking. And also all of these are soldered poorly. That's okay. But heck yeah indeed. Or for NVIDIA CEO, no thank you. Okay, we need some ores. Do you think you'd ever found a company? One second. I can't say for certain if I want to found a company or not. But yeah, I don't think that's for me. Even though I love inventing and I love doing stuff. Okay, give me a second. I will hydrate. Do we need to change the category to philosophy? No, it's still science. And yes, I use my shirt to open cans because I'm afraid of splitting my fingers open. I am a child. Not actually. Okay, let's go ahead and test these guys out and make sure that our solder did well. I need someone to co-found this company to take care of the company parts. Yes. That is kind of true. I do like making stuff quite a lot and inventing stuff. Okay, it probably wasn't the smartest idea, guys, but I may or may have not talked about my stream projects at the conference. More than my actual projects. Which... Hi, Maple. Thank you for the headbats. So there are multiple people who were like, oh, you should show me your channel. Or, curse you time zones, why must you entice me with nice streams when I should sleep? Oh, have a nice stream. Yeah. Have a very good night. Rage? Also, hello, Maple. What reaction did... So it turns out... Okay, people aren't terminally online, okay? So when I say, like, I made a brain rot detector, or do you know what ratatouille is? Or, do you know what touching grass means? They will look at you like you are from a different planet, bro. Like, all these people are generally, like, engineers or doctors. So they're, like, super talented in general, right? So I was just like, oh, surely everyone here is a nerd. Everyone here is a push-up glasses emoji nerd, right? No. No. Some are both. No. Not a single one. Not a single one was a computer gamer. Not a single one. Not a single one of them. They were all like, if I asked them what they did for fun, how many gym bros? Like none. When I asked them what they did for fun, they're like, oh, I like hiking and spending time with my family. How many said bouldering? A few. But like hiking, running, working out, whatever. Or I like going to musicals or movies or just other stuff. Not a single, like, man, I like gaming. Gamers are in the trenches, not doing events normally. Or you're missing the obvious. The real ones wouldn't leave to go to the conference. Okay. Okay. That is true. Also, hi, Iron Saint. Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing okay. And also, hello, Topocato. I asked at least one or two dozen, probably 24 people. And it was supposed to be like a conference for young professionals. It was a laureate conference for young professionals. And, bro, not a single one of them, not a single gamer amongst them, not, like, only, like, maybe 25% of them knew what even Ratatouille was, which is insane to me. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but they're all, like... The movie, those are some sad people. They're unfortunately productive people. As in the film? Yes, as in the film. By the way, you know what else? The event, the black tie event I was at, bro, we actually had Ratatouille. We actually had real life Ratatouille. Like actual Ratatouille. They served it at the black tie event. It did not look like the movie. I was lied to. I did not eat it. Was it good? No, Bro, is it vegetables? I don't eat vegetables. Listen, I wanted Ratatouille from Ratatouille. Like a real gamer, green foods are evil. They are evil, dude. Okay? Listen, they are evil. They are absolutely fruitly evil. Everything is evil, okay? Anyways, I'm just gonna keep, like, plugging this guy in because we're gonna need to test it, and I am struggling to talk and do things at the same time. It's vegetables and more too. So besides that, what else did I get to do? I actually, like, wrote a list of stuff. Like, I keep, like, notebooks. Hold on, where's my notebook? I keep notebooks of, like, events and happenings. I keep, like, notes. Let's see. Oh, I got to see someone get assaulted, which is pretty cool, I guess. That's not cool, but, like, it's something. Huh. Like, it's New York. I got to see, like, 20 cops arrest someone outside of an H&M or something, which was also pretty cool, you know, pretty cool. Pretty gangster. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me, man. So much is wrong with me. Thank you so much for following Cortec01. I'm so sorry you came into that. I promise we're usually normal here. Dude. What if they're from the conference? Ah, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. We are not. Just seeing the sights, you know. Wait, H&M is and National Plan. She loves lying. Ori, did Ori do this? No, but I did see this. Okay, so I did see the Scientology office, and for like a brief second, I thought about it. I wasn't actually going to do that because A, it's illegal, and B, I find that unethical. But like, a very small part of me definitely loved it. Definitely loved the idea. But ultimately, I did not. Anyways. So we need these 4 pins here. So the 4 pins that we need for default are these guys, which are... Hold on. Just grab the other one, because it's easier to talk to an example that's not plugged in. Okay. So... Okay. Okay. So... by my thumb up here, we need the VCC, we need the ground, we need the clock line, and we need the data line at a minimum plugged in to get data off of this. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to be connecting this guy to our ESP, and hopefully we get some values out. So, give me a second to get that set, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, hey Sparks. Force myself to say a positive affirmation. I'm pretty okay at chess, is my positive affirmation. Hold on, I don't like this song. Okay. Yes. I got to play a, hold on, I may have killed my music on accident. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. We round up here. We round up. Yeah, so I got to play Chess Hustlers in New York. And guys, I gotta win. I gotta win against a Chess Hustler. Also, you guys should... Crow Pokemon, you guys should stop spoiling it, okay? Stop spoiling. Stop spoiling the end result. It's not fun. Bonk. But, yeah, I got to play Chess Hustlers in Washington Square Park. It took me, like, half an hour to get there from my hotel, because I had to ride the subway. in my defense, you were downplaying your chess ability. I'm not downplaying my chess ability, but like, I may or may have not beaten a chess hustler. You know, my record, not great, but you know, he just didn't take my attack seriously. And then I mated him on the board. It was great. Though I did lose a majority of the matches I played. But that's okay. I wasn't trying to, like, make money or anything. I was just curious if I could do it. Anyways, let's get this guy plugged in. Okie dokie. There we go. Let us check which lines we need. Okay, so I'm going to load some example code onto this guy. I need to double check. I need to double check some information before I share screen, so give me just a second, guys. What code do we need? We need libraries, and then we need... What example code do we need? We need our example code for our MPU. Okay. Let's go ahead and share screen. Also, guys, I need to find, like, new music to play. Have you guys ever felt like you've listened to the same thing on loop, like, a million times? Because I definitely feel like that. I definitely feel like I've listened to the same, like, 30 songs on repeat a disturbing amount of times. Sorry, I'm just ripping my eye. Okay, window capture. I've been hearing this Pokemon soundtrack my whole life. That's good. Okay, so, this code is pretty straightforward. It is just example code, so the only thing that we need to worry about this... The only thing we need to worry about this guy is that we need to essentially double check that our pins are going to be correct. So we should have some... What? I feel like this is missing code. GPIO 5 and 4. Okay. 5 and 4. Okay, let's double check our image. Oh yes, the reason why it's not labeled is because we're using I2C. Oh, thank you so much for following, Fade16. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here. Whether that be 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 seconds, 3 years, 3 decades, 3 eternities, perhaps, you know. I'm up for anything. Okay, so essentially, if you take a look at this pinout diagram, we need to connect our clock line and our data line. So that is on pin 2 and 3, or D1 and D2. So what we need to do to figure out which one we're connecting to is, let's go ahead and look for the clock line first. So if we hold this guy up, we can see that our clock line, not 100% sure if you guys can read the whiting and in white, but the purple line is our clock line, so that's what we need to get attached to 5. And then we need our other one attached on 4. I feel like need a lot of prerequisites to understand what's going on. Oh, in what way? If there's anything that confuses you or that you'd like me to explain, please let me know, and I will be happy to explain it. Hmm. 1 second. Need to plug in my USB to reprogram this guy. Okie dokie. Alright, let's get this guy connected up, and then we need to reprogram it. You can see that it has power already, which is expected. What we need to do is reprogram it with our code. So give it a second. It is currently running the Skinner box code because this is the microcontroller we're using for the Skinner box. So let's go ahead and upload it. It's all good. If anything, I'd probably go look for a video for electronics work. That is definitely fair. Electronics... how to put it into words? In my opinion, electronics is a very daunting field to get started in, but it makes more sense as you do more. Which is true of every field, now that I'm saying it aloud. But that's basically the case. Apologies. Kinda dying right now. You'll learn to love the smell of magic smoke. I mean, like, on stream, we haven't made that much magic smoke, have we? The only time we made magic smoke... we have to change our data rate to be able to read this. Okay. At most, I've rewired a washing, and most of that was like, ah yes, red wire goes here, white wire goes here, about rewiring lights. Oh, okay. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Okay, so you'll see here that we have our values in the X, Y, and Z direction. If I hold this guy perfectly still and flat, what we should get is 9.8 approximately on our y-axis and 0 on our other axes. That's because the gravitational pull of Earth is just about approximately 9.81 meters per second squared, I think. Then you can also see the current temperature of the area I am in. And yeah. Let's go ahead and move onwards. So I'm going to go ahead and check all of our different microcontrollers and make sure these work. Since this is a sensor, or this is a part itself, we don't have to reprogram whenever we swap between them. So I'm just going to power this guy off real quick. And then we can attach a new one to check to make sure that our soldering is good on them. So give me just a sec on that one. And also, hello, Alex. Hello, hello, hello. I'm debating if the Earth is flat or moon landing is fake, but I couldn't think of a joke that's funny enough. That's okay. I am not able to think of funny jokes either. That's why I'm a Twitch streamer. Sorry. I'll see myself out. Alright. So we plugged it back in, and you can currently see those values running. Let's just put it up here. So same thing, we want to see that it's at approximately 9.81 meters per second. It's not going to be perfect here. A, I can't hold it perfectly still, and B, I can't hold it at a perfect angle. We could use something to hold it in place, but there's no real reason. We just need to make sure that it's approximately close, right? So you can see those values up there, and you can also see the temp is apparently a little higher, which is interesting to me. Hold on. Let's see when we swap this guy out. It's interesting. Okay, so that temperature is 26. Hold on. Technically, I probably shouldn't be hot swapping these, but that's okay. That's why they pay me the no bucks. That's weird. Okay, so temperature's a little off on this guy. That's a little concerning, but we probably aren't going to use temperature too much, so the only thing I really care about is the acceleration data, at least for the moment. But that part would not pass binning. That part shouldn't have come to me. But that's okay. I don't think they do quality control. It did not have a little sticker that said QC pass. Okay, so same thing, we're looking for 9.8 meters on our output. And you can see it there. We're looking at 9.8, 9.9, 9.8, 9.8, 9.9. But we are just about good on that. So I think we're good. So, given that information, or did they bin it in the hobbyists here? I hope not. Alright. So, what we are going to do with this information is we are going to go cry in a stream. I mean, we are going to continually try to integrate. So, given the fact that we are... Hold on. I'm trying to think of the best way of progressing from here. Like, I know what roughly we are doing, but... what is that called? Sunny stationary bike. Okay. So, let me see if I can pull up a picture of the bike that we are going to be riding. Sunny stationary bike. This one's pretty close to it. Save image and RAR and pictures. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay. So this is the bicycle that we have, or a very similar bicycle to this bicycle. Let me make it slightly smaller. Okay, so this is a stationary bike that we are going to be exercising on. If you take a look, you'll see that we have our little pedal guys. So we have our little pedals, and then we see a red knob right below the handlebars. Totally didn't have to think of what that was called. Totally did not. But yes, so we have a little red knob here. And the way that you increase tension on this bicycle is that you rotate this knob. From 0 rotations to 10 rotations being the most is essentially how you set it. I think you can technically set it higher than 10, but after 10 it's like literally grinding against it, so it's impossible to move it. So what we need to do is, I think we need to figure out a way to track... We need a good way of tracking what our resistance level currently is. So I am open to ideas. I do have 2 ideas, and I'm curious if you guys will come up to the same conclusion. Friction or magnet resistance? I think magnet. I'm not 100% certain, though. I would have to go check, to be perfectly honest. Hello, level. Also, the back of my knee is super itchy for some reason. Why is the back of my knee super itchy? Pressure sensor on pedals. Remove resistance functionality with a generator. What? Replace resistance functionality with a generator. Oh, that would be difficult. And posture check is good. Thank you, Skeletal Bones. Okay. But yes, so this is the bike. We essentially need to figure out a way to keep track of what gear level we are on. So, the 2 things that we have if it's magnet, you could use maybe a Hall effect sensor. I don't think a Hall effect sensor could be used. The reason being is they are generally kind of bad. And they are extremely tuned to certain things, and it's... Maybe it's just the ones that I have. But it is not good at detecting change in magnetic fields. Also, I'm still not liking this music. Apologies, guys. I'm gonna pivot. We pivot one more time. Okay. Hopefully this is better. Apologies about that. If it's a potentiometer, you might be able to tap into the wires for it. We could try getting into the wires for it. Ludwig has a public stream playlist if you're out of options. Hall effect sensors have a very short range, even for the analog kind. That would be something with a switch, not a switch, the knob. Okay, so it's not a great idea. I actually have 3 ideas. So, imagine with me. Close your eyes and imagine. Does the wheel spin faster in a higher gear? No, it is significantly harder. It is significantly harder to bike as you increase the resistance. So it doesn't change the speed, it just changes the amount of energy that's required. Okay, so imagine this is our, like, adjuster, okay? So this guy is our adjuster. So what I am thinking is, what if we put... The first idea was, what if we just put a sensor on it to detect whenever it's spinning? And then if it sees that it's spinning, we can assume that it's gone 1 revolution. Like, up 1 level. Or we could attempt to keep track of it. Opinions? I didn't think it was a double exclam solution, but it is a solution. The problem would be indexing. Wait, I thought we were trying to measure friction. We are trying to figure out a way to estimate the amount of calories that are being burned. So we essentially are going to take both our revolution speed of how fast our bicycle is, like how fast we're pedaling the wheels, and then multiply it or do something with it based on how much energy it takes us to move this guy. That is the thought. Though I am open to other interpretations. The other option is pretty easy and very straightforward. I just put a touch sensor on it, and whenever I rotate it a full degree, we check it. My first thought would be to put a potentiometer in the knob to measure its rough position. How much are you willing to potentially modify the bike? Considering I use it almost every day, I'm not willing to take it apart. The bike needs to work after. It needs to be minimal damage. So the second idea, again, was that... Okay. And then the last idea was... I don't know if it would help, but maybe a sensor on your leg to track the Y position to track a cycle. Yes, that is going to be the general idea on how we're tracking how fast we're spinning the wheel. Sparky, that is the plan, to see how fast we're spinning the wheel. IR reflective strip on the knob. See, that's a pretty clever solution. That is a clever solution. I don't have enough... we're not sure if it's friction or magnetic. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I will check if it's friction or magnetic so we can get some more information. Give me a sec. have returned. Okay. Apologies for the delay, guys. So the bicycle works on magnetic. Oh, thank you for the hydration. I will hydrate. If someone can spell the word spaghetti correctly in the next 10 seconds, I'll open a pack of Pokemon cards. Okay, I think that was fast enough. Is that correct, though? Yeah, that's correct. Good job, guys. Okay. So it is magnetic. So we are going to have to figure out something else. Oh boy, stem maxing. Wait, what do you mean stem maxing? Oh hey, it's a Lopunny. In some ways, that makes it easier. The position of the knob is all we need to know. Yes. So again, it can go 10 revolutions around before it grounds out, and is basically impossible to move. So we can keep track of it pretty easily. A Pomo, a Gloom, a Dugong. I love Dugong. Hello, Mothman. Long time no see. How's it been? A Jigglypuff, a Alcremie, a Hunter, a Battle Cage, a Carvana. Oh, an illustration rare Meowth. Okay. And a Suicune. Okay, well, cool. The pack is here. If you want to yoink it, feel free to. Please do. Okay. But yeah, we got an illustration rare Meowth. It's pretty. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's just a little tree cat. It's actually a pretty art, too. Okay. Add that to the list. We add that to the list. Okay. So, the way that it works is, imagine this guy is the wheel of the bicycle. As we get a group of magnets closer and closer to it, it increases the resistance that it takes to move it. So as we get closer and closer, it makes it harder and harder to spin, because we're essentially trying to catch it in place. And that will also cause it to slow down quicker. So what we can do is we can either apply something to the pad itself to keep track of that, which I am a little iffy on. Simplest would be the touch sensor, but you might be able to use an ultrasonic rangefinder to measure from the A. That's a pretty pog idea. What's y'all's opinion on that? So a time of flight sensor would be better for short range. Ultrasound is so noisy. That is kind of true. And also, anything with... Can this device also be programmed to auto-order DoorDash to replace the calories you lost? I mean, I could, yes. Of course, that is always possible. I like the idea. Okay. Oh, yes. Sorry, I never did say the last idea because I forgot it. But the last idea was also a fairly simple idea. And that would be if you guys were able to keep track of it and we mounted it here. So like to a stepper. So you guys were able to steer it like this. Because I could also keep track of it that way. So, opinions? Sorry, trying to be a bit more interactive. Okay. I would like to torture the streamer, yes. Alright, so you guys seem a little divided, so let's do a poll. Do we really want chat to control how much you suffer while biking? How do we measure or control our bike? Question. Your bike resistance. A touch sensor to track rotation. Touch sensor, ultra sound sensor to distance. Ultrasound sensor, or our last one, which is a stepper motor controller. Alright. Alright, poll's live. Whatever is the highest we will go with, because I think any of them are, in fact, viable methods. I may or may not know electricity, but as Murphy Law just dictates, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, so it's usually simple is the way to go. You are so correct. So correct. And also, I forgot to say, thank you so much for Bear Beats Buds for following. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here. Are you an Office fan? Or are you a, like, Chicago Bears fan? Alright, so, again, the poll is live. Feel free to vote. I think you guys have approximately 2 minutes, and whatever you guys go with, I will implement. Or do my best to implement. Not a single one of you are voting touch sensor, by the way. Not a single one of you are like, let's do the simplest thing. Not a single one of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of my community. I'm so proud of my community. We don't take the easy way out. Simple is boring, never do it. That's kind of true, but sometimes simplicity is best. Now we've had enough touch sensors in the last 2 projects. We kind of have. Touch sensors are just like the easiest way to... Touch sensor relies on a dolphin who sometimes forgets to turn off the hot glue gun. That's okay. Okay. We make it harder so we can blame our past selves. Exactly. Do I spam my points to make touch win? No, I wouldn't waste... I mean, feel free to spend your points. Board -1. No, the board's probably fine. Right, the easiest, but they still gave you a fight. Everything gives me a fight. Okay. So, the poll is in. We will be using... ultrasound. I have to remember where I put my ultrasound sensors. Give me a second. They are labeled, so give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Ultrasound. Like the kind with the cold belly? I think it just means high frequency. Sparks. I wouldn't get too into it. Okay, so one thing, both of these guys do utilize the same pins. So unfortunately, we are gonna have to break this device into 2. That doesn't really affect things as much as you think that it would. But yeah. So I just need to get this guy connected and working. I'm not 100% sure if this guy runs on 3 volts. I'm pretty sure it runs on 5. Ultrasonic, thank you. Ultrasonic, thank you. Apologies. You know, it's been a long time since I've streamed. It's okay. How can I make life worse for you? Remember, guys, I can make life worse for you. And also, I love The Office. Never got a chance to say that. Okie-dokie. Forced to say a positive affirmation. I am forced to say a positive affirmation. I am able to come up with cool ideas. That is my positive self-affirmation. I come up with cool ideas. And thank you for the hydration check, Sparky. I will hydrate. Oh, I also got a new water bottle. I'm not going to show it off for reasons, but I got a new water bottle. A New York flavored water bottle. My experience with ultrasound sensors is that they're incredibly unreliable. It's weird. If anything, they are new pizza flavor. No. Oh, I don't know. I think it's some, like, random brand you got at the airport, dude. It has, like, the Brooklyn Bridge and stuff on it. I could try to find something similar. One sec. We had to control an RC large toy monster truck to go full speed at the wall and then stopped right at the last second we hit the wall. Oh, so I would say it's probably sampling. But they're consistent with my experience so long as the calibration is done, works most of the time. I tend to agree with Sparks. Again, like, I haven't had issues, but we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and get this guy hooked up. We are also running some test ultrasonic code, and then we're going to have to make these two, like, talk. So essentially these two sensors, or these two ESPs are going to have to talk and, like, like... Why did I do that? Okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. The brain damage is strong. Listen, while you guys were playing with dolls, I was playing with dolls as well, but I was making my ESP skits. I was making my ESP skits. Okay. Anyways. Let's check our example code. Let's check our example code. We need the ultrasonic code. The magic blue smoke is starting to kick in. Ori was studying the blade. Yes, I always study the blade. The techno blade. Ha. Anyways. Okay, so unfortunately, the code does utilize the same pinouts. Also, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. It will make the code significantly more complicated if I put it on a single ESP due to the fact that I'm going to have to share cycles with them. Or, like, they're going to have to share cycles with each other. Which I know that doesn't make much sense with no context. But I promise it makes sense. Also, for some reason, I can't see my window. Hold on. Maybe this window? Ah, okay, it's up there. That's why. Totally not blind. I could never be blind. Okay, so echolocation code, pretty simple. It is only using 2 pins. It's using pins 5 and 4. So I need to hook up the triangulation pin, which is the... Hold on. which is the orange one. Gosh, let me just get this out of the way. Okay, so the orange one is the triangulation pin. The echo pin is the 4-pin. So those are our 2 boyos that we have to look at. So triangulation is 5. Okay, let's go ahead and plug that in and get that working. Okie dokie. Also, there is a chance we may need to delay the final testing of this product for reasons that you guys will see later. Okay, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and upload the code and see what happens. There we go. And we may actually be able to use the same... By we may be able to use the same ESP. I am just slightly... Okay, so if we use the same ESP, I essentially won't be able to sense air to service this guy as much. Because we have to be paying attention constantly to the bicycle movement of our sensor, like from our MPU sensor. So anytime that we spin looking at, hey, what's the distance, or hey, what's the distance, like the average distance, we're essentially like losing time that we could be spending looking at something else. And yes, you could do like interrupts, you could do like clever cycling, or like clever clock cycling, and like just make it as efficient as possible, but it's slightly dicey. Hopefully that makes a little sense, but essentially, if I recall, both of them require pretty high headspace, and I don't want to accidentally run into issues with them. Okay. Add a push sensor so it only looks at the distance when it's being pressed. I feel like that is... Am I crazy? I feel like adding a push sensor, why not just add a push sensor then? Why not just add a touch sensor if we're going to do that, Sparks? So there's a difference between like creative solutions and solutions that are complex for the sake of being complex. In my opinion, I think that's complex for the sake of being complex, and I disagree with it. Not that it's wrong, I just disagree with it. Exactly. Okay, this is why I can't take you guys anywhere. Alright, so the code is uploaded. I feel like you are just redesigning an ABS. What's ABS? Auto brake system? Okay. So we see the distance is saying 55 centimeters. If I hover my hand over it, you can see that it's going low. Auto brake system, okay. So it looks good. Real quick, I'm going to have to move my bike into range. So give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back. I have to move my bike. I have to move my bike to my workbench, which I've done before. It's just gonna take me a second. If you guys hear like any crashing or any terrible things happening, know that I don't know. Oh right, the anti-lock. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, 1 sec. Also, if I say anything sus, I apologize. the bike has successfully been moved. We lived. Okay, give me a sec. Let's go ahead and see if we're able to... What kind of bike, by the way? It's a stationary bike. It is the bike I shared in the picture. It's a Sunny stationary bike. Okay, so we got this guy here. Let's go and see if we're able to track that distance. Okay, so you guys can see the distance actively changing. I'm going to try to mount the sensor. The question is, like... Hold on. Okay, so what are we seeing right now? We're seeing like 8 centimeters. Okay, I'm adjusting it down. Adjusting it down. Okay, it's fully adjusted down right now. I'm going to loosen it back up. Loosening it back up. Loosening it more. Loosening it more. Loosening it more. Okay, it's fully loosened. And then one more time I'm gonna clamp down. It's clamping down on it. I mean, you can see it's going down. Like, you can definitely tell that it's... Yeah, what is it actually? Hold on. Let's try one more time. One more time. One more time. Okay. It's gonna start at the top. That's as close as I can mount it. Okay. So it's all the way out at the top now. I'm not placing it any special place. This would just lie flat and be pretty easy to mount. We see 10 centimeters. I'm tightening it and it's getting higher. See, that's the thing I'm kind of worried about. Okay, so it went to 9. Went to 7. Went to 7. Went to 7. Went back to 9. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think we have enough fidelity. I don't think we have enough fidelity on our sensor in centimeters because the amount of distance that it's actually changing is not that much. Let me take one more look at the bicycle to see if there's a particular part of the mechanism that moves more than the other parts of the mechanism. So give me 1 second. Okay. So right now, I'm taking a look at the bike and seeing how it's actually tightening down on it and seeing if one place or the other moves a significant amount of distance. Okay, so it's definitely the tip that moves the most. Okay, one more time. I'm going to try to aim it at the tip. So we're going to start at the top, aim at the tip, and see what happens. Okay, there we go. You could try putting a raw value, but I suspect it's noisy. We'll definitely do filtering on it. We're going to do filtering on it even if it did work with no issues. Because filtering is important. But let's go ahead and check this again. Okay. So this time I'm paying extra special attention to trying to see. Okay, I think that's about here. Okay, so that's the maximum distance I'm able to see. It is... Okay, let's go ahead and try tightening it. Starting at 10. I'm tightening it, or attempting to tighten it. We're tightening it more. What the guh? Yeah, no, I don't think so, because it's not keeping good track. Because it needs to be able to keep track better than seeing a change in 2 centimeters to determine it. Okay. So given that, is there any other way we could do this? Let's think. Well, let me just move the bike out of the way so I can sit down. Okay. Is there anything else we can do? Does the knob itself goes higher up and then screws down? We could check the knob. Hold on, let me check and point at the knob and see if that makes a difference. So if I was mounted to the knob instead of looking at the wheel directly, because the knob changes itself. The problem is I don't think the distance is that far. Let's say if I mounted right there. Yeah, no. It's just immediately not working. Okay. So neither are going to work. Where does that leave us? So that leaves us in a point where the ultrasonic sensor isn't going to work. So we are left with the option of turning it ourselves. So we either turn it ourselves or we press the touch button. So I think I know what y'all's answers is, so I don't think I need to repull. So, does that mean we have to use another stepper motor, dude? Hello, Cheetos. Thank you for the hydration check. I will hydrate. Okay. Wait, hang on. Could we use the dual stepper mechanism as a jank encoder? No. No, I'm vetoing that. I'm all for some jank. I'm not for infinite jank works. I'm not even sure how I attach to it, to be perfectly honest. And also, how do I mount this mechanism? Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys what this looks like. Okay. So this is the bike. This is the bike we are looking at, right? Okay. The problem that I see instantly, the problem that I am looking at instantly is that, hey, this red knob right here, how am I going to mount a stepper motor to it to get it to turn? Any ideas? Okay, let's see. I could put something off of the frame of it. 3D printed human hand. That is such a human design. Could attach a DC motor. I could spin it up that way. I really don't want to do the lazy solution. There's gotta be a better solution. I guess the poles the handlebars are attached to. I agree, Levi. I think that is the best option. 3D print a timing pulley that can go around the knob and turn it with a stepper timing belt. So, Ty, the belt itself's not able to actuate with enough force. And on top of that, see the little, like, red knob? So this red knob goes up and down however many centimeters. So it... Hold on. Let me see if I can get a measurement on this guy. Okay. Boat should be able to handle that if you do the timing right. Or if you do that right. Hold on. Give me a second. we're gonna do some quick measurements. Quick measurements. Okay. So what I am trying to measure is just the distance when it's fully locked. We're looking at approximately... Looking at... I wonder if there's a way to do this better than using a tool. Give me a moment. Sorry, I'm having to look away from the camera so much, guys. But that's how science gets done. Do I measure? Honestly, I might just measure with the... Hold on. Let me see if I have a ruler. I think it's easier to measure with a ruler. Okay, give me a sec. Zooming out. Measuring with a ruler, give me a sec. Seeing how much the knob is changing. We can see in metric. Okay, so we're looking at an initial height of just about 2 centimeters. Yeah, 2 centimeters. Dead on about 2 centimeters. Then if I loosen it all the way... Okay, that's loosened all the way. It's a whopping 3 centimeters. A despawn. Oh, okay. See you later, Meridian. Hi and bye. And also positive self-affirmation. We know how to use rulers. That's our positive self-affirmation. We're good with rulers. Okay. So essentially the only change, hey, 3 centimeters is a lot. So the height of the little red knob there goes from 2 centimeters to 3 centimeters. I think 3 centimeters is doable. Okay, so Ty, there are multiple issues. Hold on. Let me see if I can try to explain. Essentially, the first is it doesn't have a good place for you to mount a, it does not have a good place to mount a belt and turn the belt. So it would have to be a flat belt. You know, I'm just gonna veto it. There's a million reasons why this won't work, but mostly due to my imprecise machining work and the actual difficulty of attaching to the knob itself, given the fact that it is hard to attach to since it is plastic and will slip, and due to the fact that you are still going to have to run it upside down if you want it to work. It's just too much on that. So we do need a different solution that is not belt related. Unfortunately, I am not her when it comes to that. Okay. What can we do about this? What can we do about this? What can we do about our current position? Anything we can do below? Okay. Below. Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna, like, try to increase the size of it. This is not our exact model. Let me see if I can find the exact model of bike. That will help. And no, it won't really help us. Ah. That guy looks pretty close. Okay, I think that's as close as we're gonna get. RAR, and then we're gonna save it as... Okay. All right, let me see if I'm able to open up. Okay, this is the closest bike I could find to our actual bike. I think this is actually the bike. Okay, so same way, if you take a look at the middle here, about my eye level, you'll see that there's like an encasing here, or like an encasement between the frame of it and the wheel. That is where the magnets are held, and as you tighten down on this knob here, that is also now eye level, it essentially brings the magnets closer. Is the planning to track the number of times the metal bars spin? No, Blame. So what we are currently trying to work on is a way to track the resistivity, or like the resistance level that we have it set to. So the way that the resistance thing works, and been lurking all stream. Oh, nice. So the way that this guy works, is essentially you can spin it 10 times to get it fully locked in. So as long as we could track the number of spins, we'd be fine. So some ideas that have been floated. If you mean the metal bar as in the knob, then yes. Is the plan to track the number of times the metal bar spins? The plan is to track the number of times the red knob spins. That is the plan. So far, we can only think of the most basic solution, which is not exciting, but it's just use a touch sensor to manually track. If I mounted a motor upside down, what would happen? If we mounted a motor upside down... Wait, what are we doing? Oh, we are trying to make a accurate bicycle caloriometer. We are trying to make a way of keeping track of how many calories we are burning while on a bike, Stuffy. That is what we are currently trying to work on. We shall see how that goes. What is the problem right now? We are running into some issues with measuring the number of rotations in this red knob here. So our initial idea was to, hey, let's use ultrasonic sensors to see the difference between the magnetic part and the wheel, to see that difference. And you could backwards interpolate how far it is down based on... I mean, based on the distance, you could interpolate how much resistance you have. However, that no work. Because the amount that our sensors are actually able to detect is only in a what's the word? Precision of 1 centimeter each. And the difference that it changes is only 1 centimeter total. So essentially this guy could check if it's on or off, if it's fully utilizing its range correctly. Could you do a linear potentiometer? That would be a sane and rational option. So if we did a linear potentiometer, aka just like a thing that we could like twist to keep track of it. Thank you so much for following. I can't say that name. Najah. Thank you so much for following, though. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here. Notters. So we could do the linear potentiometer issue. We could also go for a rotary encoder. We could also get a rotary encoder. Let's see what parts we have. I do have a miscellaneous parts bin. That might help. Give me a moment. Okay. Let's see. So we have an I2C potentiometer here. Though I don't think that's for... I don't know how useful that's going to be. We have a raindrop sensor, which I also don't think is going to be terribly useful. And then we have a few monitors. What is the model of the underlying bike here? I don't know the name of the model of the bike, but this is the bike. So if you want to try to Google it and get the same result, it is a Sunny stationary bike. It looks just like this. Maybe you could use the MPU 650? That is correct. Quick pivot, measure the sweat with the raindrops. Oh, that's gross, dude. I would not do that. That's so gross. Okay. So, Stuffy, that is one of the original ideas. The thing that I'm worried about with that, let me see if I can show you. Okay. So, that was an initial thought, and that was the solution I was going to go with if I didn't get any input. So, these are the MPUs that we soldered at the start of stream. Let's go ahead and get this guy attached. It doesn't matter, but we just have to attach 4 wires. It doesn't matter where we place them. We're not actually using the sensor right now. I think we attached them correctly anyways, but not that that matters. No, they're most certainly incorrect. Okay, so we have our sensors here. Alright, cool. Now let's spin it 10 times. So, yes, that is the concern. The concern is wires getting tangled. I love the phrase, it doesn't matter where we do X. I'm sorry, what? I love the phrase, it doesn't matter where we do X. Really long wires? Yes, that is a possible solution. We could use really long wires. Do we... get some slip rings, maybe? Dude, I don't even know what a slip ring is. I'm not even 100% sure I know what a slip ring is. Yeah, I do not know what a slip ring is. Those are expensive, though. Yes, you do? Me neither. Okay. Well, let's just say our wires were super long, which I could make super long wires. The thing that'll... Let's say if I could make this as long as I wanted. If I made these as long as I wanted... So if I had as much slack as it wanted. Yeah, it could spin as much as it wants. It may get detached, though. Also, the signal would go bad. Potentially. Twisted pairs. Surely nothing can go wrong. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let me see what happens when we do that solution. Okay. I'm going to attempt what was just described. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few wires and I'm going to take the header pins off of them and solder them. 2 long wires. This does only need to work once, which does help things. Yes, this does need to work once, but if I want to increase and decrease the resistance, I kind of want it to be able to last more than like a few seconds. So that would indeed be ideal. Okay, so for first pass, I don't really care about coloring or anything pretty. Let's go ahead and get zoomed in. Okie dokie. Oh, wait, hello? Are you guys still able to hear me? Hopefully the answer to that question is a yes. Hi, yes. Okay, yep, cool. Okay. Just make a mount that free spins in the thingy and then only use the up and down part of the accelerator. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I just need to make an absurdly long wire. I just need to make 2 absurdly long wires because that will prove out the point. Okay. I don't know how to spell that. Accelerometer? Don't worry about it. Okay. Wire, and let's say we get a wire here. I strip this guy down. It should be a 20. It might be a 22. No, it's a 20. Let's go ahead and get this guy together. Oh, wait. I can use my new tool. In before this tool doesn't even work for the intended purpose, by the way. I'm gonna, like, cry if that's the case. It should work, by the way. I'm gonna be so... It doesn't work. It's not gonna work. That's okay. That's okay. If and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Okay. Solder. We need the solder, and then we will be good to go. Wherever our solder is. Wait, what's wrong with that? Bro, I don't even know anymore. Wait, what's wrong with saying if and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas? Is that not a normal statement? Is that not what humans say? Okay, someone back me up. Wait. Someone back me up here, guys. It exists, right? Listen, being 384 years old is rough, okay? It does exist, okay. I'm not schizophrenic. Good. Old person comments. I'll show you an old person. Dude, I'm literally 384 years old. I'm older than all of y'all combined. It definitely exists, just not in this timeline. I see we're on the gaslighting place. Okay, there we go. Okay, Grandma. Wait, where is that from? I don't think it's a hyperlocal thing. Even if it does exist, that doesn't mean you aren't in the White Room. Okay. If and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. That is the saying. Huh, I haven't heard of it. Need a piece of tape. 1 second. We just need a piece of electrical... I can just use duct tape. I don't want to use duct tape, man. Where's my electrical tape? I just need any tape. There's a Stack Exchange 2011 thread about this. The aphorism was coined by the Dallas quarterback Don Meredith, who later became a sports comedy commentator for Monday Night Football. You're not loud enough to drown out my tinnitus? You'll see about that, okay? I can be loud enough. Okay, listen, I can be very loud. I just choose not to be. Okay, need one more wire. I just need one more wire and then we can test our stupid theory. Honestly, I could probably just test the theory like this. Give me a second. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. No, this isn't gonna work. I can tell you already it's fighting me very much. If and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no work for Tinker's hands. Okay, Boomer. That sounds like actual Boomer phrasing. So no, that's not going to work. So we can't just use a long wire either. It will just break the copper. What exactly are you doing with the cable? We are trying to twist it. And it popped off the copper. Is it time to cry yet? It's not time to cry. Listen, we've just started the project. I'm not in, like, dire straits or anything. So I think we are good. However, we are at that time, approximately that time. So, what should we do? Does anyone have a solution? Because I think going with amount is... I don't want to go with the stupid solution, but I want to go with the stupid solution. Not even Boomer, that was 1845. Oh, I was underwater. Allow the MPU to free spin. Slip ring on Amazon. So I can't get a slip ring that quickly. Hold on. Let me check how quickly I can grab a slip ring. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking up slip ring on Amazon and slip ring. I could get it by tomorrow, apparently. Can you explain your whole idea? Because I don't have a mental plane of the situation we're in right now. Okay. Yes, I would be happy to. Okay, so what we are currently trying to do, Maki, is we are trying to... Could we make our own potentiometer from the knob rod somehow? Okay. Hold on. Back to what Maki was asking. So what we are doing is we are trying to make a bicycle calorimeter. Essentially, how many calories are you burning whenever you're moving, okay? So we are trying to get that working for our stationary exercise bike, because I just thought it would be interesting to do. We came up with the initial solution first to track our actual movement by using the rotations that can be measured on this guy by using a accelerometer. So we can essentially see how fast we are spinning, right? So with an accelerometer, placed in, like, around our foot or something, and then just going around in a circle with some slack shouldn't matter. Like, this should be fine. This movement should be fine and not cause any issues, because this is just our foot moving, right? So the next thing was, okay, now that we have that part of the sensor working, how do we actually determine the resistivity of our bicycle? So, like, essentially, whenever you turn the knob that's on top of it, so when you turn this knob here, when you turn this red knob here, that's like in the dead center, it increases the resistance of the bike and makes it harder and harder to move. And this essentially causes you to burn more calories, right, whenever you're doing it. So what we are trying to figure out is a good way of tracking how many rotations we've done with that red knob. The first solution that we came up with was a ultrasonic sensor, which essentially checks the distance. So we are checking the distance that the red knob is changing itself. The bike is powering itself, but most is just lost to eddy braking current, right? The bike does power itself, I'm pretty sure. I think it has batteries, but it never goes through them. So yes. Don't they just make encoders we can mount to it? Might be easier to measure the pedaling by marking the rotating part and the dark shining using a sensor. It has caps in it to stabilize the power you generate. So anywho, the first thing we tried was the ultrasonic sensor. The problem is it only moves from a whopping 2 centimeters. So it moves from a whopping 2 centimeters here to 3. And that is all the way down and all the way up. So it only has a range of 1 centimeter. So it's almost impossible to get that level of precision with our ultrasonic sensor. The next part that we tried was, oh hey, what if we just allowed a free spinning version of this guy here? Why not use another movement sensor to detect the height? So the problem with that is that it measures it in meters per second, and it has a... so it measures the change in meters per second, and what it does whenever it's using it is it has a resolution of only a single centimeter. So if we go back to our window capture here, I wonder if I can scroll up far enough just so we can see it, because I don't really want to turn it back on. Okay, so we see a resolution of basically 1 centimeter. So this is in meters per second squared. So we have to convert this guy down to centimeters. So it has also a finite range of 1 meter per second, or of 1 centimeter per second. So we can't use the accelerometer either, at least for height. The only thing that we could use it for is XY rotation. But even then, if we're using XY rotation, how many turns are in the range? There are 10 turns in the range. So the simplest idea, I want to say the simplest idea that is a workable idea before we get anywhere else. So the simplest idea is we use 2 touch sensors. One increases the number of spin, the bottom one decreases the number of spin. So it goes from 1 to 10 in how much resistance there is. If we spin it an additional thing, we touch it up to 1. We say that it's at 1 now, and then we press it again, it goes up to 2, etc., etc. But that would require some manual stuff, which I'm not totally about, but that is the most... Before someone says, yes, that is the most obvious solution, yes, that is the most obvious solution, I would prefer not to. But if we can't come up with a solution that isn't like you rig a timing belt and you somehow black magic your way back into it. Yeah, that is the most obvious solution. Generally, engineers are What's the difficulty in using a rotary encoder? So using a rotary encoder. Let me check what a rotary encoder is, because I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but let me double check. Rotary encoder. And lock on. Okay, yeah. So this is just a potentiometer. Okay. So the problem with that is it is literally just the same version. It is literally just this, except worse. It's literally just that, but worse. Because at best, if I can put the rotary encoder on it, except it's not. Yes, but you attach it to the actual knob. Okay. How am I attaching it to the actual knob? Pray tell. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to shoot you guys down. But pray tell, how am I attached to knob here? Do I drill into the knob? Do I super glue it? Hot glue. 3D print 2 gears, put one on the knob. Okay. Let's see. The next thing that we'd have to do... Make the gear high so shifting up and down doesn't cause issues. Oh, the gear ratio? I feel like that goes into hard mode, but, how many times can you move a potentiometer? Or how many, like, revolutions can you do on an average potentiometer? Or for a rotary encoder? Sensor. Because I'm pretty sure it usually only goes... Rotary encoders are infinite. Most potentiometers are 80, 180 too. Encoders go forever, IRC. Okay. Where's the self-positive affirmation? Oh, I'm sorry. The positive self-affirmation. Wait, did someone redeem positive self-affirmation? Give me a second. I'm going to assume someone did. Okay, Dr. Osaka, let me think of one. I can survive in New York. I am a valuable individual. That's a bunk, not an affirmation, but heck yeah. Okay. Encoders give you 2 pulses, and you can use the blue contract for the head pads. Can you thrive though? Honestly, if New York was the same price as Nemo Point, I would debate moving to New York. Like... Oh, thank you for the hydration. I will hydrate. But rent at Nemo Point is like 3 times less than New York, so... that ain't happening, Chief. Just move where I am at, it's way cheaper. No, thank you. Then I'll have to commute in. There are a million reasons I could go into why. But, okay. So what we are going to do is, I think what we are going to do is we are going to end stream here. And, we are going to pop over, raid someone else, and I'm going to kind of enter the tank on this, and come up with a solution. I will probably try to get a potentiometer and see if I can get that not working, but check. If not, that's okay too. Can we raid Captain Card Shark? Enter the tank. Yes. Fish joke. I would actually like to raid Soy Milk because I didn't know there was a fellow tech VTuber. So I'd like to raid them if at all possible. Is there a reason why for Captain Cardstrike? Ty? Are they like debuting or something? Friend of a friend. Okay, no. We're good. I want to raid Soy Milk. Okay. So we're gonna raid Soy. And what our raid emote is going to be is bike. I don't know what to call it. Bicycle kilometers are hard. Okay, feel free to use whatever you'd like. I'm going to post this as the raid message, but feel free to use whatever you would like. We are going to raid Soy Milk. Ah. Oh my gosh, I hate trying to put like emotes after or before something. Bicycle calorimeters are hard. Dance. Okay, this is the other one. Okay. So, thank you guys so much for being around. I really do appreciate it. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. There is a major, please be there. There is a major announcement on Friday. I hope that you guys can be there. Please be there. Please. Please. Okay. Anyways, okay. Can someone give me Soy's exact name? Or Soy's, like, exact Twitch handle? Or is it just actually just Soy Milk? Okay, it's actually just Soy Milk. Okay. Okay. So we are going to raid Soy Milk. And thank you guys so much for being around. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a good afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And I will be in the Discord briefly after stream. And yeah. Thank you guys for being around. I'm gonna try to get some sleep after that, but notters. Alright, cool. Alright, good night. And bye.